Welcome everyone! I hope you have a nice day so far. If it's in the morning when you're watching, then I hope it will turn out as wonderful as you are. I'm Mango Cat. I usually stream on Twitch on Mondays, Wednesdays, and on Fridays. And on Sundays I do art streams as well. So if you have a technical question or video suggestion, feel free to come by to say hi. Today I will be showing you how to create animated Twitch emotes using Live2D, the VTuber rigging software. Twitch emotes are kind of essential nowadays to let viewers express themselves on chat. Some has frame-by-frame animations, some has static, and some has tweening animations as their emotes. What's the difference? Frame-by-frame animations are usually your traditional animations you can see. When you draw in the frames yourself might look choppy, but it has a charm to it. While tweening is a bit more complex than that. For that you have to make separate layers of every part of your character to make the animation look more natural in its own limits. Tweening animation may come in handy when it comes to Twitch emotes, since, in my humble opinion, for small images like emotes, it's better to look at tween animations than frame by frame. Makes my brain process the information better. In this video, I'll show you how you can create a quote-unquote tween animation in Live2D for Twitch emotes, how to prepare for it, and how you can resize it for Twitch. First things first, to prepare for Live2D, you have to have a vision in your mind. How would you like to animate your character? What emotion or action you want to convey? For me, it's gonna be my avatar headbanging, so it's gonna be like a dancing emote. After you figure that out, it's time to draw. To save time, I already have a drawing here with separate layers in mind. You have to save this project as a PSD, that's the file that Live2D can open easily. After you imported your PSD file to Live2D, it's time to prepare for the animation parameters. First, I selected everything and clicked Auto Mesh. It's pretty important because it makes meshes out of all the layers, so when you try to make a perspective turn on your character, it will look more natural, not just a plain turning sideways. Pretty much how would you create a VTuber model actually. As you can see, I was torn between creating a deformer and using bones, but later I decided to stick with pad deformer bones since it's easier to manage and I don't have to create parameters for physics like for deformers. Also, I realized I haven't separated the left and right side of the hair, so here's a little tip. You can actually duplicate the layer and in mesh edit, if you remove the mesh you want to, then it will be completely removed. So you can make the left and right side separated pretty easily. If you like missing a part, don't panic. You can have it again once you created a polygon back in mesh edit. It's pretty neat to have this feature, not gonna lie. I did the same with the eyes since I forgot those too. Then I added deformer pet and I clicked modeling, skinning, use deformation pet for skinning. After that, I started making the parameters that I wanted to use for animation. I started animating the face. Let's speed up the process. Then I animated the parameters for the bow, body and accessories as well. After all that, I selected her whole head. Be careful about the accessories, we only need a head with hair and ears. And I gave a bone for her head since I wanted her to bang her head sideways as well. Then I animated the angle X parameter. For accessories like bow and the frill of the bow, I just created a deformer for it and created 3 parameters. P1, P2, P3. These are the physics parameters. It will be pretty important pretty soon when we're gonna set up the physics on the model. With physics parameters, I have to create up and down movements since my character will mostly move up and down, not too much on the sideways. If your character moves up, down and sideways, I recommend making separate parameters like P1X, P1Y, just so you can differentiate between the horizontal and vertical movements of the physics. After I did everything, I switched from modeling mode to animation mode and started animating my avatar. I added a starting keyframe and I started animating from keyframe to keyframe. Here I messed things up since I haven't captured with display capture, but rather I use window capture, so it didn't capture my physics settings. But let me show you here what I did. So let me just start recording. So I totally forgot that I did not use display capture for this one. I'm sorry about that. So what I did was I clicked modeling, physics settings, and here it might be a bit confusing for you, but let me explain everything. So what I did was I clicked add here, like right here, and I created a name which was hairbone. And for physics model preset, I set 10 divided. That's like the smoothest one, so that's what I like to use. And after I did that, in input settings, I added angle Y and angle Z. As you can see, I don't think I can actually edit here because it's not here because I already added that. So I just checked those and then I clicked OK. And then in output settings, I clicked add and I added all the bones for the hair. I don't know if the name's gonna be the same for you guys, but you need to figure out which one's which for the hair. And when I checked that, I pressed OK, I right clicked on scale and I clicked edit over using the column and I set it to 50 usually. You can tinker with these because, for example, I needed to set these ones to 25 because that's like the root of her hair and I need less jiggling there for her hair, so that's what I did. And as you can see, it moves a bit here. Oh my gosh, my cats cannot really behave right now because I'm talking. I'm sorry about that. So for angle Z, I set the output to be lesser than for angle Y, and that is here. I know it's not the best one, but this pretty much worked for me for the emote. So yeah, this is for angle Y. In input settings, as you can see, the effectiveness is on 100 for angle Y, and for angle Z it's 50. So that's why it's not really working on angle Z as much as on angle Y. So don't worry about that. If you edit everything and you set up the scalings, then you can tinker with the pendulums. To be honest, I only changed the shaking influence a bit because just as the same as the scaling of the output, I changed the shaking influence a bit lower because I don't want her root to be moving that much around because it would completely fly out of the frame and I don't want that. So yeah, I tinkered with it and you should tinker with it as well to the point where you actually like the physics of the model. I didn't really care about it that much, to be completely honest with you, because it looked great for me for the animation, but feel free to tinker with it and experiment with stuff if you want to. That's all I wanted to say about this part. I'm sorry that I could not capture it while I was recording because oh my freaking god, I forgot that it's actually not recording the pop-up windows, but it's okay, I came back. Okay, back to the video. While animating, I was tinkering around with the physics so it would look better with the animation. I know it's not the best animation ever. I made better ones before. This was just purely to demonstrate the pipeline of Live2D emote animating. After that, I was like, alright, this is pretty okay. Let's put this into easy GIF. For that, you have to export it by hitting export image/video and GIF animation. Make sure that you check make background transparent so it won't be a black background. Hey yeah, it's easy GIF time. This is the easiest, no pun intended, part of the pipeline. You click resizer, add your recently made GIF, then wait for it to process. Here you can experiment with the size. The most important thing is that it's square shaped and the file size is under 1 megabyte. Mine was unfortunately too big, so I had to go back and resize it again. Then, if it uploaded, give it a name, and there you have it. Your own animated Twitch emote. I hope this video helped somehow. If it did, please leave a like and subscribe, it would really help. Be sure to check out my Twitch and Discord server as well. We're a pretty wholesome community. Anyways, Hope you're having a blast today. See you in the next video. Bye bye.